Hello, TIP family. We're a little dark and spooky right now. I actually just don't want a light blaring in my face. I don't know. Oh, one of my candles just went out. I'm gonna relight that. But yeah, in the day, it's a little different, I guess, because when I have the overhead light on, it just sort of blends in with the sunshine that's already coming in through the window, you know? But right now, it's just gonna feel like a blaring light shining in my eyes while I'm trying to channel, and who wants that? You know, I don't. So yeah, this this might look a little weird. I don't know. Looks a little dark, okay? But we lit though, okay? We got the candles going. There are 4 of them right here. So I feel like I want to set some extra protective space. I already did that. I always do that before I channel, but I'm going to go ahead and set some more for anybody who wants to join in. I just visualize some light around myself and around the room, and I call the council into the space that I have created. Very simple. But it works for me. I've been doing this for a long time. It's more about your intention than anything. It really is. Okay. Let's see who wants to come through. Oh, hey. Okay, let's go. A little more water before I start. I had to keep my intro short during the last video because my energies can be overwhelming for some, but we will continue today. During the last message, I mostly introduced you to my energy and I sent it to you through Anna. But during this message, I will talk a little bit more about myself so that you know who I am. We have a lot of teachings to give that we want to impart to you, but first it is important to introduce ourselves so that you know a little about us and who we are and why we are here, how we came to be here. That is all important. Then you can decide for yourselves whether or not you resonate with us and with our messages. Then you will know if moving forward really serves you. For we have a certain collective, not all. Only some will be drawn to our messages. Only some will be drawn to this very deep, intimate space of inner work that you will be called to do. When you tap into our energies, that naturally happens. You naturally become more in tune with yourself and what is not you. And all that begins to fall away because you reject it. More and more, you reject it. As you get to know who you really are, as you remember your ultimate frequency. I am Faleekastrina of the Council for the Assistance to Earth. I come from another universe, not this one. And in that universe, the primary body is usually the emotional body. And it is very powerful in that universe. We act as a filter for all of you. But I will get back to that momentarily. How did I come to be here in this universe? Well, I was assigned a lifetime by my own team of guides an extremely long time ago, billions of years ago, in fact. But I was a microbial life form, and I operated within the planet. And all of us, all of the other microbial life forms, well, we were not on the surface of the planet. It was too uninhabitable. But we had an important job, you see. What we were doing was actually filtering the gases being emitted on the surface. Strangely enough, that was what we were doing. We were changing the atmosphere of the planet slowly over a very, very long period of time. Of course, my lifespan was very short. It felt tremendously long to me, but it was only about a week long, really. But then I had another, and another, and another. And I continued coming back as a microbial life form. And I continued to filter gases and pollutants in the air quality so that the surface could later on one day become teeming with life. It started in the ocean, of course. But first, under the surface, other life forms began to exist. But they were also microbial. And they also had similar jobs to us. And the more that we built up oxygen by filtrating the air supply, the more that we removed the gases, the more life forms began to form and appear, microbial at first, and then larger, and closer to the surface, until finally the ocean began to teem with life. But first, the air quality had to be fixed because it was quite terrible. Now I will go back to my universe, and then you will understand why I was given such an assignment on your planet, our planet, Earth. See, where I am from, it acts as a gateway, my universe. It acts as a gateway, a filtration system, and specifically for your emotions. For all of the emotions of every universe. It is a central waypoint, if you will, a gateway for emotions to ebb and flow. My universe filtrates all of the emotions. It enables you to feel more centered, more balanced, more at ease, more still. I take on the deeper, what you would refer to as heavier, darker, negative emotions, and I view them in such a positive way. In fact, I love them. I am obsessed with what you would refer to as heavy emotions. I view them in a very tranquil way. In fact, I enjoy feeling them. Depression, anxiety, it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels positive. It feels good. Perspective. Everything is perspective. Strange, really. It might seem that way when the perspective is so different from your own, alien to you. But everything can be viewed in a positive way, especially in my universe, where emotions hit differently. We feel them differently. We react to them differently. We respond to them differently. Of course, there is a certain way to also view them negatively, but it hurts very much, for we feel everything. You do not feel everything. You feel fragments. You feel small bits that already feel very big to you, that already feel larger than life in some cases, and that is good for you. But we satisfy the entire emotional craving. We feel as much as can be put out. Not just put out by us, but put out by all of you, put out by all of the universes, all of the beings in all of the universes. And all of their emotions filter through our universe. And we all carry, or for the most part, we all carry an emotional body as our primary way of operating, such as you here are in a physical body primarily. So it is a similar concept, except that we operate from the emotional body. It does appear solid. We do see it, and we can feel one another in a solid way. But on my universe, there is simply no way to hide an emotion. It would be absolutely impossible. Emotions are light. Emotions are color. They produce color. They produce sound waves. They produce frequencies which appear as color. They give off lights. And all of the lights are a dead giveaway for whatever emotions you are feeling, because we see them all. The emotional body, when you are operating through that as your primary body, you are giving off so much color, so much sound, so much light all the time. We do not communicate with a voice box. We only feel. We only feel, We have no worded thoughts, but we feel. We feel everything and we communicate with our feelings. And we satisfy the entire feeling. We feel it as fully as we possibly can. We feel every ounce of it. And that is what frees us from it. Sitting with your emotions. Not denying them, sitting with them for lengthy amounts of time. Letting yourself just chill, glide, relax into, with no resistance, whatever emotions are coming up for you. And then they will not feel bad. They only feel bad when you resist them. Resistance creates dysfunction in the emotional body and in the physical body, and certainly in the energetic body, which is a reflection of them all. There are very, very, very few of us on your earth. It is very rare for someone from another universe to enter Earth, but even more rare for my kind in particular. There are only a few hundred of us here now on your planet at this time, your time, not the future time where I am coming to you from, for I am operating 10,000 years in your future, but meaning your time specifically, here and now for you. There are only about 300 of us on your planet Earth amongst all the billions of people. We are a very rare being type. But strangely, I recently saw my being type in a movie. Well, not exactly a movie, a show. I was watching this show through Anna's eyes, and it was very strange. I was laughing to myself because she had no idea that she was watching a character portray her own being type. And now I can describe a little about this being type to you, because it may impart some wisdom to you, even if it is not your being type, which I highly doubt. But all being types contain their own unique magic, and it is good to understand them all and to incorporate their qualities as your own for yourself if you can. All of the being types and all of the races. They all hold special qualities that they are bringing to Earth at this time. All of you that are gathered here, all of the star seeds, interdimensional beings, beings from fairy kingdoms, elemental races. All of you carry energies, all of you carry codes, if you will, that are important for the earth plane now at this time. And it is important to understand one another and to impart your wisdom to each other and to be open to receiving the wisdom from others, even if they are not of your same type. So I will continue. Because when my type comes to Earth, strangely, they feel almost nothing at all. They feel deeper than everyone else. And because of that, they want to shut off their emotions. They want to isolate themselves, isolate the emotions that they feel and contain them all. They want to contain themselves, contain their gifts. And there is not a single one of my kind that has done any differently when they have entered Earth. And that is because it is so different to operate in a physical form with this much negativity that exists here for you on your plane. It is very challenging for someone of my kind to deal with their emotional body, and so they would just rather not. They attempt to shut it off. They attempt to not cry or not feel as much as they possibly can until they get over themselves, and they try to incorporate their emotions. But they also tend to be drawn to darker things. Not darker in a negative way, but darker meaning the divine feminine energy. Often they are drawn to the moon, drawn to the frequencies of the night, and they are drawn to their inner selves, their inner world. My universe is very feminine. We operate in a feminine body. And this is a masculine world. It is still not quite balanced out, where there are equal amounts of feminine and masculine energies being expressed here. It is still imbalanced, leaning towards the masculine side, even though the balance is reaching a tipping point and it is becoming more centered, more aligned, more equal. But there are still adjustments taking place anyway. They will go into themselves, and they will have a very unique perspective on the world around them, on life as it exists here. They will feel different, often shy or introverted, but the entire world will seem very strange. The entire world will be very bizarre to them, and yet they will be drawn, most likely, to bizarre seeming things. They will have a natural tendency to be drawn towards things that don't necessarily make sense to others, that seem strange or bizarre to most. Wednesday Addams. That is the character that I saw, who very much reflected a person from my world trying to operate here. Very good, very positive, very loving, feeling the most of them all, but you wouldn't think so, because she attempts to hide everything. She attempts to mask all of her emotions and downplay them as if she is feeling nothing at all. And oh, she is psychic. Now, why is it important to understand this being type? What can it offer you? It can help you to understand the positivity in all emotions. All emotions are speaking to you. They are all speaking to you on a constant, consistent basis. They do not stop speaking. They do not stop talking in your ear and inside of your body, giving you all kinds of symptoms if you do not let them out, if you do not just sit with them, meet with them, and allow them to express the way that they feel, the way that they are. When you try to separate yourself from them, you end up with a bunch of little emotional identities. All going into crisis in your brain or in your body, giving you all kinds of symptoms until you let them out. Until you allow them to express, until you integrate them, until you allow them to merge with you. They have something to say. Every emotion is valuable. Every emotion has its part to play. And every time you sit with your emotions, they impart to you their wisdom. They let you know why they are there. And it is in sitting with them that you learn where your beliefs come from. If you do not sit with your emotional body, if you do not sit in the emotions that you feel, you will never end up knowing the ultimate truths about where your beliefs come from. Where are they rooted? What are they rooted in? What are they here for? Why are they there? You will get to know your beliefs as you step into the darker places of your emotional mind. Your emotions are valuable because they offer lessons about your beliefs. Once again, I will leave you with some of my energy. A little bit. Not too much to be overwhelming. Tune into my energy. And allow your blocks to fade. And allow them to release. Allow the emotions stuck in your body, trapped there, all those trapped emotional energies that you have guarded. Let them surface, let them release, let them go, because they don't serve you. Let them speak, and then let them go. I am Faleekastrina of the Council for the Assistance to Earth. sending you peace.